and thanks for staying with us. The Nigerian Customs Service has continued to generate more revenue for the nation. Also on customs report, the Contractor General of Customs speaks with the Spanish ambassador to Nigeria on customs matters. Plus, more report. I am Igiseme Edie. Stay tuned. The Contractor General of Nigerian Customs Service has said that the customs will continue to implement measures that will help the country economy to improve. He made a pledge in Abuja.
All these things we build is towards making sure that at the end of the day we'll be able to collect the revenue that is collectible for Nigeria. And we cannot do that without putting those things in place. And today, I must say, we have been able to perfect some of our system from being electronically viable to the capacity of our officers to be able to do the job in the best way possible, and also based on equipment. We came up with a multi-strategic approach to blocking revenue leakage. What used to happen is not that there was no import or export coming in and going out. It is that there are so many leakages. And the best you can do is to come up with a system to make sure that you block these leakages. And that's what we do. It's not that the volume of import or export has increased far more than it used to be. It is that we have been able to succeeded as a management to identify those leakages, and we are working assiduously to block them one after the other. And it is the speed at which we block this that will increase our revenue generation from time to time. And that's why we move from 876 billion in a year to today, as at the last collection, we are at 2 trillion 130 something billion. So we're working, hopefully we will meet the target of 3.019. We are pushing, but also there are factors that are also pushing back. There are some anticipations that we did. There are things that we factor into our collection that we hope that if they had taken place on time, like the carbonated drinks that was approved for us. We didn't get to start collection until about half part of the year. So we've lost the first part of the year. Which that means whatever would have been collected would have been added to our realization of the target is not there. Also, the telecommunication tariff. If some of you and Mr. President will now assent to that notification, and then we stop. So we are working now to make sure that we collect that money, but we're late. We're late. We're not sure we'll get much from it between now and December. So those factors may affect our revenue, but despite that, the men and women of Nigerian Customs are working very assiduously to make sure that we collect whatever is collected.
He commended some of the operators in the sector. He speaks more on other issues.
Organization. We have what we call the World Customs Organization, which we all belong to. And under that umbrella, we operate virtually the same goods globally. We harmonize our system globally. So we need to get our officers to that level where their own capacity to be able to perform at the best practice globally is attained. And of course, we try to create balance and control through optimal technology deployment. Today, I make bold to say Nigerian Customs Service is one of, if not the best, in terms of technological development and processing. Our NICES 2, which we are very soon going to move into the trade modernization system, is the best. On that platform, we have, as of today, over 37 agencies that are key in there. And we believe that for us, that is the single window. for Nigeria, because all trading partners key into that. They have access to it and they work on it. So we believe that that should be our single window as moving forward. But for today, that is our platform of operation. And everything we do in terms of import and export processing is automated. It's automated.
The Contract General speaks more on a number of issues
that we put in place, and then we now look at the structure. What do we need to do with the structure? Is what on the ground good enough for us to be able to execute optimally our mandate, or do we need to tinker with it? And I want to assure you that between me and the management of the Nigerian Customs Service, having looked at it holistically, we believe we need to unbundle some commands and units. Unbundling means we have to open up, create more commands in order to cover more areas, and then create more specialized commands to take care of specialized areas. And that we will see. Unbundling of commands units and creation of new commands to achieve strategic objectives. E.g., example, non-intrusive inspection area, that is the scanners. We need to have specialized people to manage the scanners. We also look at the marine, because that is a special. The gentleman sitting right behind you is a marine officer to the core. He grew up in that sector, and he is our expert when it comes to marine.
It's important to come forward and clear their consignment without delay.
Having covered the import-export, we have the excise and industrial incentives. That is the one that most advanced countries make their money from, because most countries are highly industrialized, and therefore they collect excise far more than what they collect on import and export. Because for them, they export more than they import. They only import raw materials. In our case, we import more of finished product than raw materials. Even the export, we export less raw materials than we import finished goods. That, of course, that's what creates the trade imbalance between us and the advanced countries. And what we hope, and I always say this, that as the Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service, I'm looking forward to the day that we will be collecting more excise money, because then we now know that we are deploying our money inwards. We are spending our money within the country. Because for every duty, yes, we are happy, we collect import duty, but it then means that we are financing other industries outside Nigeria, because these goods are coming as finished goods, and we are spending our money to buy them. And that's why we're always running helter-skelter for foreign exchange. So it is our hope that gradually, with the industrial policies of Mr. President, things will change, and then we will begin to have more industries paying excise than collecting import duty. So what we have done in that area is to ensure that we come up with electronic process of making sure that we collect. Now that we have started collecting the carbonated drinks tax, it has increased our take by almost 10.2% since the inception of that tariff. We're also looking forward to the full inclusion of the telecommunication tariff, which will also increase our revenue. We're also looking forward to having other goods that will now come into the tariff line, because a lot of us, one of the things that we do that is also inimical to what we collect is that we grant a lot of waivers. We are a nation that loves everybody. You find an industry coming in and you say, well, we've given it tax-free period for about 10 years. And then after 10 years, he's now applying for another 10 years. If after 10 years you have not matured enough to be able to survive, then you should die. You should die. There's no reason why we should keep giving you our hard-earned money. The money belongs to 200+ million people, and then we give it as a waiver. And then you find companies under declaring their profit because they don't want to show that they are viable, and so they should pay tax. So we are working electronically and scientifically to be able to survey and get these companies and make sure that we bring them to the tax table, because most countries globally survive on tax. It's only in Nigeria that we're afraid of taxing ourselves.
The Spanish ambassador to Nigeria has commended the Nigerian Customs Service for a job well done in the area of training officers all over the country. He made a commendation when he visited the headquarters of Customs in Abuja. He said the training officers of the service will further improve the skill in the day running of the operation at the port, airport, and border post. The ambassador commended the federal government for the training of its people throughout the world.
Like we all have the same problems, and the good thing is that we is to find the readiness to work together. So I was very much pleased that the World Customs Organization had the initiative, at your request, of course, of coming here, and I was most happy to see that one of our leading experts was part of that common effort. And I told myself that I could try to take advantage of this opportunity to also offer our capabilities on a bilateral basis. So if in any case, for any need that you might identify, you would like to have our assistance.
The Controller General of Customs thanked the ambassador for the visit, saying that the Customs will continue to train officers in the job.
I want you to extend our gratitude to these two gentlemen that have come to do a lot of training for our people. Thanks to the DCO and thanks to them for having the talent and their willingness to come and impart that skill and expertise to our own people. Most good.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The Federal Operation Unit Zone A has arrested over 11 suspects in connection with the smuggling activities within 1 month. The unit seized goods worth over 670 million naira within 1 month. The unit also seized 3,116 pieces of cutlasses from smugglers. The acting controller in charge of Federal Operation Unit Zone A has appealed to the trading community to be patriotic by making sincere declarations and paying the right duty to the federal government. He warned that anyone found breaking the law will be arrested by the authority.
Having understood the unrepentant nature of some economic saboteurs, increased desperation to smuggle, and their quest to acquire wealth ahead of the festive period, this unit has remained resolute in enforcing compliance with the federal government fiscal policies, customs and excise laws. While doing this, we have evolved better strategies of being ahead of them, not only to seize their wares, but also to get them arrested and prosecuted. Let me remind you that smuggling in whatever guise or form is an illegal activity that constitutes a crime against customs extant laws. Primarily, among other effects, smuggling compromises national security, robs the nation of our revenue, which consequently affect the provision of basic amenities and social services to the citizens, and it can destroy your health through the importation of expired, fake, and other illicit drugs. A massive seizure of 3,116 units of cutlasses at a time when the country is preparing for the 2023 general elections, calls for genuine concern by patriotic and peace-loving citizens. You may recall that some Hillion youths were either arrested or seen to have used machetes to unleash willful and needless violence on other citizens prior to, during, and after elections. Consequent upon this, well-meaning Nigerians are once again enjoined to provide useful and timely information to customs and other security agencies that will lead to the interception of dangerous weapons, illicit and expired, as well as the arrest of persons involved in criminal importation and trade on these prohibited and controlled goods.
According to him, the importation of smuggled goods into the country is against the law and should be stopped by some importers and clearing agents.
The law is sacrosanct. The law is no respecter of person. If you have contraband inside that container, SEMA Section 46 is there. Because I know it must have been falsely declared. And whatever that is falsely declared will be taken and seized outright, and the person prosecuted.
Among other seized items include PMS, second-hand clothing, over 7,403 bags of foreign rice impounded along the borderline. The Controller General of Customs Strike Force in Abuja has intercepted goods worth over 504 million naira. The coordinator of the strike force says that his men will continue to wage war against smugglers. The strike force base in headquarters seized various illicit items in Abuja, Minna, and Kwara State. The unit also seized various kinds of cars, foreign rice, and other products with a DPV of 504 million naira.
Section 161 of Custom and Excise Management Act, 2004, Law of the Federation of Nigeria. So now, what did this say? You are forfeiting it. That's what the section says. That's the penalty. And if you are going to forfeit it, we know what you have lost. And we are not stopping there. We are still going to conduct our investigation further and arrest the culprits.
According to him, most of the seized consignments were gotten through intelligence gathering in the states and Abuja.
We complement the efforts of various commands so that lost revenue will be paid. Anyone that deserves to be given DN, the service will give them the DN, they will pay. But anyone that deserves to be seized surely will be seized and will be forfeited to the federal government.
The Katsina Command and its team has urged smugglers to desist from smuggling goods into the country. The controller said that Jibia border in Katsina is no-go area for smugglers. He said that the command intercepted 41 cooking gas cylinders and other items worth over 77.8 million naira.
Or that they were able to to collect 75,600,991 naira was collected. Also from 1st to 31st October 2020, 120,800,478 naira was collected. The difference therein is 46,199,487 with an increase of 61% from what was collected in September and compared with that what was collected in October. 61% increase means we are really moving forward. We cannot be distracted. And smuggling activities here for this particular period under review is as follows. We have Toyota Corolla LEDP with a duty paid value of 1,890,000. Honda Accord with a duty paid value of 9,450,000. Toyota Corolla with a duty value of 3,105,000. Peugeot 504 Guarama duty paid value of 135,000 naira. BMW with DPP of 1,755,000. A Volkswagen Golf with a DPP of 1,755,000, as well as Toyota Tacoma pickup with a duty paid value of 1,485,000. Finally, we have a dump truck with a duty paid value of 20 million. The total.
He also seized vehicles and other items from smugglers smuggling along the nation's borderline.
Foreign spaghetti with a duty paid value of 2,599,200 naira, as well as 30 cartons of foreign couscous with a DPB of 216,000 naira. Others include 40 cartons of foreign macaroni with a DPB of 2,088,000, 4 sacks of foreign macaroni, DPB value of 50,400 naira, as well as 37 bags of foreign flour with a DPB value of 610,500 naira, 10 bales of second-hand clothing, DPB value of 600,000, 122 jerry cans of PMS of 25 liters each, with a duty paid value of 553,575 naira, 41 cooking gas of 50 kg, cooking gas of 25 kg, cooking gas of 12.5 kg, and 1 cooking gas of 30 kg with all duty paid value of 3,491,000.
So that in spite of the attack on officers, they will continue to frustrate the effort of these economic saboteurs. The Customs Area Controller in charge of Edo Delta Command has paid a working visit to the Olu of Warri in Delta State. He was welcomed by the Olu of Warri and his palace chiefs. He told the Olu of Warri that customs is helping the government to collect revenue for the nation.
Community relationship is an issue that is very, very dear to his mind. And that is why all Customs Area Controller have it as terms of reference that the very first thing they must do on getting to any command is to ensure a very robust relationship with the community. Ideally, there is no way we can function effectively and perform our duties without the cooperation and the assistance of the community. And this is why I will deem it fit to pay this courtesy visit to you, sir.
Warri responded by thanking the controller and his team for paying him a courtesy call.
I must thank you and commend you for the good work you do to this nation. God bless you all. Welcome to Warri, and we are always happy to receive government, because whichever way you want to look at yourself, you are government. And always let you know that we are here to partner with you. We are here to ensure that you succeed in what you have been sent here to do. Do not hesitate to reach out to us. If there is any way this palace can help you to make your work better, easier, please reach out and do the best you can to respond and to cooperate. So you have our thanks, you have our prayers. I pray that this will be a glorious tenure for you. The Customs Edo Delta under your leadership witness tremendous growth. Amen.
Just before I round up this week edition of the program Customs Report, we brought you a report where serious worth billions of naira was accepted by federal operation Zone A in Lagos. For me, Igiseme Etinye, thanks for watching.